Hello everybody, I'm InTheLittleWood, also known as Martin, and welcome to Minecraft Snapshot 14w30a, and today, I always dub them a little something. This one is going to be called the Dinnerbone Birthday Banner Bonanza, because Dinnerbone from Mojang, it's his birthday today, so happy birthday to him if he happens to be watching this. Probably not. But anyway, yeah, banners are something that I didn't think there was a big outcry for in the Minecraft community, but you know what? Now I've seen them in action, they're actually really good, and the limits just seem to be non-existent. You can make anything your mind could come up with. I mean, look at this. Look at this. This looks amazing. The British flag. It's great. So, how do you make these banners? Let's get straight into it because we have a lot of dye recipes to take you through. So, to make one, just like making a sign, but instead of wood, you actually use wool of any colour, and that will give you the base colour of the flag or the banner that you would like to use, which is good. One thing I haven't shown you actually, very quickly before we get into this, you can actually hang banners as well as freestanding like that. You can actually hang them off of walls. So, there you go. I forgot to actually put a demo of that around here. So, there we are. So, now you've got your banner, you want to dye it, you want to put all kinds of crazy colours and concoctions onto it. So let's start off with something basic. If you get a banner and you put a bit of rose red in the top right corner, you're going to get a little patch in the top right corner. You can do that on the top left and also the bottom left and the bottom right, and you're going to get the same kind of thing. We could do lines, but I'll move on to that a little bit later on. The next thing is a dot. If you would like a nice little circle in the centre of your flag or your banner, you can actually just pop the dye in the centre and the banner can go anywhere else in the crafting table. You have to do this in a 3x3 as far as I'm aware, and that's how that works. Next up, we got a diamond. So as you'd expect, you have to create a diamond and you have to pop a banner right into the center of that, and it will create the diamond in the center of it. I find it odd that you put the diamond on the outside, but it doesn't do the outside, and the inside is a different color, but your brain can work it out and you can work out what order you need to do it in to get the results that you're after. The next thing, I'm pretty sure I must have seen this somewhere before. I don't know where, but this banner looks somewhat familiar, and this one's quite cool. So like I said, those heads now spawn randomly into the world, or you can actually get them off drops, and you actually do this by simply just getting the banner, throwing the creeper head in, and that's what you get. Now you can actually use wither heads as well, and you throw that in with a banner, and you get this really cool wither skull and crossbones, which I think is really good. I can see many a pirate ship now on multiplayer servers with these draped all over them, or maybe over their bases as well. Something to note actually is I have tried the zombie head and also the human head. They don't actually give any kind of banner, which is kind of disappointing, but yeah, what can you do? Right, moving on to the next one then. We have got this one. So if you would like an arrow on your banner, then you can do this by simply popping that just like that. So you do an arrow shape, and one thing I haven't checked actually, I've tried a vertical arrow. I'm wondering if a horizontal arrow works as well. I'm really intrigued by this. No, it doesn't. Oh, wow. Okay. That's actually a really big surprise. I thought it might do. So you can do a vertical and a downward one, but you can't do a sideways one. Oh, that's disappointing. Well, never mind then. So there you go. At least you know your limitations on that one. This is one of the more fancy ones. This is actually pretty easy to guess how you make this one. You simply get, for example, a green banner, you get a bit of brick, and it actually gives you a brick patterned green banner. I don't know if there's a way of choosing the other color, because I mean with this one I've got a white banner, and if you want to actually choose the colour of what you've got, because obviously I just used those two together and it gave me these really weird black bricks. If you want to actually choose the colour of everything on this banner, then what I did was I got a white banner, and I decided that the bricks were going to be a lapis lazuli colour, and then I decided that I was going to have the brick texture, and that's how I got that, which was very cool. Now, onto a slightly more difficult one. How the hell did I get diagonal lines, horizontal lines, vertical lines, the whole lot? Well, I started with a blue banner, and everything else on top is done with red dye. So if I grab one of these right here, I can show you some of the combinations. So you can either pop the banner into, say, the bottom right corner, and you can do that, which makes the diagonal line, and you can do the same again and pop that just there. And then as you'd expect, if you want to do a vertical one, then that's the same as that, and a horizontal line as well gives you that. And obviously I just got a blue banner, did that numerous times, and eventually I ended up with that, which I think is pretty cool. So that's that one. Other than that, of course, I've got the Germany flag. Now the reason I did it with a red flag and not a black flag and did the other colours over the top is because when you do that, it makes the line quite thin. That was what I initially tried. So I had to get a red banner because if you do them across the top and the bottom, it fills out a proper third. Whereas obviously if you do it with the banner in the top corner and then a line of dye, then you get quite a thin one. So that doesn't really work. As for the placement of these, it's quite easy. You literally just point them down and they always place so they're facing you. So the coloured side of the banner will always be facing at you. So as you can see, you can basically pop them in complete 360, so whichever way around you want to pop them, you can do that as much as you'd like to. And I think that is pretty much it for this week. I know there is one more banner design that I haven't quite worked out. I've seen tons of pictures on the subreddit about it, but nobody's sharing the secrets of how to do it. But it kind of reminds me of this logo that you can see on your screen right now, the Tales of Lumin logo. It looks like that on the banner, and I don't know how to do that one yet. So if you do know how to do it, let me know in the comment section below, and that would be very much appreciated. Free mode is now a little bit tidier, which is good. And also, if you notice my FPS, obviously you can't when I'm recording because it's limited, but apparently people have been having significant FPS improvements, which is surprised to say for Minecraft. But apparently there's been some crazy behind the scenes optimization done, and people are reporting that they're having like 1.5 and nearly 2 times the amount of FPS when they've been playing with this snapshot. So that has me very, very optimistic for the future of Minecraft, especially when it comes to servers and stuff like that as well, which is really, really cool. And the final thing actually is if you go into the video settings, it doesn't seem to do it currently, but they did say that in this snapshot, maybe there's going to be like a B version coming out sometime in a few hours, but they said that you should now be able to push your render distance up to 32 chunks, which is crazy. If you think how big a chunk is and how far 32 chunks actually is, then that's insane, and it's really, really cool. So there we go. That is all I know regarding the snapshot for this week. If you've got any other tips, let me know in the comment section below. There'll also be a link in the description to the Reddit thread, where as always the lovely Redstone Helper has posted all of the deets. And yeah, that's it. Cheers for watching, everybody. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you all in a little bit. Bye bye.